Good evening. Some border city drivers had to change up their commute to work today as downtown was closed off for a special Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada event. Now it was the battle on the border as two teams from the Canadian Armed Forces base in Wainwright faced off for a special ball hockey game. Barb Padiasic was at the game this afternoon and has more.
The intersection of 50th Street and 50th Avenue turned into a temporary hockey arena this afternoon as two teams from the Wainwright base came to entertain the large crowd.
The game's pretty tough along the boards. The boards are playing it tough. It's not often we get to play in front of a crowd this size, but everybody's really enjoying it, and hopefully we'll put on a good show.
The base's ball hockey team was separated into two, as each represented either Saskatchewan or Alberta in the ultimate battle of the border. And cool winds didn't stop fans from coming out in droves to catch the matchup.
Saskatchewan is doing really good, and I hope Alberta wins.
And for one player, he says it wasn't the first time he's been involved with Hockey Day in Canada.
When the Stanley Cup came to Afghanistan, we played hockey in Afghanistan on a hockey day as well, and I talked to the guy that brought the cup to Afghanistan this afternoon, so that makes the event just even more special for all of us. Right now, the center of the universe for hockey is in Lloydminster, and we're proud to be part of it.
For any Canadian Armed Forces member to be able to do something like this, to come and join with the community festivities is always fantastic. It gets us an opportunity to interact and connect with Canadians, which is something we always love to do.
Bart Padiasic, Newcap News.
And of course, the Stanley Cup has been one of the more popular features for fans, and today it continued its tour of local schools. Now, more than 100 young students lined up outside Jack Kemp to await the arrival of hockey's Holy Grail. Jack Kemp students have been preparing all week for the Cup's arrival, and Principal Jody Gordon says the students have been counting this moment down for months.
Everything from kids participating in art contests to playing outdoor hockey, our tabletop hockey event, and just preparing for the special event today. Very exciting.
Edmonton Oilers President of Hockey Operations Kevin Lowe and hockey veterans Lanny McDonald and Mark Napier answered questions from some eager students.
If you work hard each and every day, it's amazing what you can accomplish.
Kevin Lowe says the main message he has for all the young hockey hopefuls is to believe in themselves.
Lanny McDonald, Mark Napier, and myself, we all grew up in small towns and worked our way up to be able to play in the National Hockey League, and fortunate to win a Stanley Cup, and that dreams do happen. Just follow your dreams.
Now, Jack Kemp School was the last stop of the tour. Well, CBC anchor Ian Hanomansing is in Lloydminster for Scotiabank Hockey Day in Canada, and we had the chance to speak with the Gemini Award-winning news personality earlier today. Now, with the Cup visiting schools and other locations all over Lloydminster and the province, the Silver Marvel carries its own celebrity status. Hanomansing says people's reactions to its arrival never ceases to amaze them.
This morning at Onion Lake, the Cup came in and there was just this reverence. I was going to say a roar, but it wasn't really a roar. There is something about the Stanley Cup, whether it's in Vancouver or Toronto, the big cities, cities like Lloydminster or little communities. There's something magical about the Cup.
Hanomansing says while he was in Onion Lake, he was talking to kids and chatting up with an NHL legend.
The Stanley Cup was there, and Brian Trottier was there. And Trottier is a guy who we interviewed. He's a really interesting guy because he is one of the best hockey players ever produced by Canada, but he was a star kind of in between the Guy Lafleur and the Wayne Gretzky era, so sort of feel like he hasn't gotten his due.
Now, yeah, that every year the host city will say theirs is a hockey town, but he says he saw evidence this week to back up Lloydminster's claim.
When I was in the rink and I looked at that board with the sort of historic connection of hockey to Lloydminster, the picture of Maurice Richard with the referee uniform on and the Habs logo, and the Skip Craik, a guy that I remember growing up following as a hockey player, didn't realize his connection to Lloydminster.
Hanomansing is in Lloydminster throughout the weekend reporting for CBC for Hockey Day in Canada. Well, it was a packed house at the Vic Juba Community Theatre last night for the Stolen from a Hockey Card concert.
This is the stuff that you see in here with your heart and your stomach.
All right, so last night music and sports lovers alike were in for quite the treat with Hockey Night in Canada's Ron MacLean hosting the event.
It's really funny, we had all the fuss about the 100-kilometer-per-hour winds the other night. I said, wait till Don gets into town.
It's just a way of paying tribute to the part of culture that is just sort of a cousin of the game, and that is art and music that's centered around the game.
6 artists from across the country, including Walton's frontman Jason Plum, former NHLer Brian Trottier, and local hockey mom Tammy Hunter Holtby, sang songs all related to hockey.
I get excited when I play with real pros because our little family band's a really good little band. My sister and nephews, and they're really fun to play with.
The first song will be written just for Hockey Day in Canada, a hockey song, and about being a mom of a player. So, and the second song is one from one of my albums, Stand Tall.
The sold-out concert is now in its 4th year.